So hi, one of the Good Noise podcasts. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Slade.
And Danny, and we're from a band called Anarbor.
and we're gonna ask them some questions, say about their upcoming album, Love and Drugs. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about
Thank
the
you.
response to the announcement so far?
That's exciting. We haven't.
Very exciting. We
Yeah.
haven't really put out like a fully official announcement about the whole record yet, but some fans just stumbled on the fact that Spotify put it up already. So
Yeah.
it's been cool watching people like who actually noticed, who found that.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
It's exciting.
Great.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Well, it actually took us a minute to come up with a title for the record. We had
no.
in mind. We had to sift through the lyrics and kind of figure out something clever. But I think Love and Drugs just kind of fell into our lap. We had Bad Love, and then we had Drugs as well. So we kind of combined it. Also, I mean, it's a good description of a relationship. I think we've all been, but I know I have been in a relationship that's a little bit toxic. So kind of just wanted to shout out to all those toxic people, maybe.
Mhm.
Okay. And the cover art, any meaning behind that?
Well, we kind of wanted to create these little characters. We just kind of had that idea, like this art style in our heads, and we just wanted to like make these little characters that are kind of, exist within every song on the record. That like they're kind of our little protagonists going through their wacky little druggy world. So
Hell yeah.
And sure, yeah.
Yeah. So can you guys tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Yeah. So me and Danny have been writing a lot. Basically, I mean, we don't really have a certain formula. We kind of just go off of maybe like a reality idea and kind of put it together from there. I mean, there's no really wrong way to write a song. So when we go about it, the two of us try to make it as good as we possibly can. There's no real ego or anything in the room. We try not to fight over parts. If, so one of us doesn't like a part, then we try to just kind of find a middle ground or just come up with something new. Maybe that's not the answer, but yeah, the process for this, there was a bunch of processes for all these songs. But basically just trying to figure out the best solution for everything.
All right. Cool. So what song off this album took the longest to write, and which one is your two personal favorites?
That's a good question.
ooh, which one took the longest to write?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not the entire song, but the next single that we have coming out, Honeymoon in Tokyo,
I could tell that was going to be a
yeah.
single.
is yeah, that one took a while to write the hook. Like it was just hours of us pacing around listening to the same thing over and
Oh
over
my
again.
Oh my
God.
Try
god.
because like we had some really good ideas, but we all were just like, but it's not it. Like there's
Yeah.
one that's better. We just got to find it somewhere in the ether, and eventually we found it. So
But
And I think-
that song fucking bangs. So
Thanks.
goddamn catchy.
I think, yeah, I mean, yeah, Danny basically nailed it. That one, we had like different courses and stuff to it, and we had to like kind of Frankenstein it together. But that one actually turned out to be definitely one of my favorites. Also, Durango, that's probably one of my favorites on the record. It's got the feature with Belaganas. It's got like this cool like 80 retro vibe to it, which I really, really like. I've always kind of wanted to write a song like that. So, yeah. Danny, what's your favorite?
it's my favorite. Oh man, it's just so hard. I don't know.
I like Bad Love too. Bad Love's good.
Bad Love's great. Really, there's a song. It's going to be towards the end of the record called "Reason to Die," and the original demo for it was just saved on my computer as country demo
Yeah.
because for whatever reason we were like, let's just try to write like I don't know, let's just take like a country style acoustic riff and then write a song around it. And the like resulting song is not country in any way, but it just turned into something really cool.
Yeah, that song is really cool. I forgot about that one.
Hell yeah.
And it's like a really upbeat, happy song about a dark subject.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's
for sure.
cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right.
Perfect.
So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be the closer? Did you shuffle it around, see what fits? What was that process like?
Yeah. So we definitely did not write really particularly like a track order. It just took us, when all the songs were finished, listening to them and kind of seeing what flowed better after one another. Right, Danny? I mean, we didn't really
it
have
kind
like
of they were kind of we just set out to make a ton of songs, and
Yeah.
once we made them, then you kind of naturally start to feel like, oh, okay, these 3 songs need to stay really close to each other, and then we set kind of a list of what we thought we wanted, and just kind of edited some things towards the ending and beginning of them just to kind of blend them together a little bit. But yeah, there wasn't like a clear intention of like, let's write the first song first, and then
Yeah.
That
I'm
makes
pretty
sense.
surprised, honestly, how the order came out, but I think it's perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
it definitely changed around a lot. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with it as well.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. So where was your headspace while you were creating this album?
Well,
Well, we
I think I
we
was-
did this record in quarantine, or
Yeah.
like just outside of quarantine.
Mhm.
I guess.
just outside, so it was definitely more of an uncomfortable maybe setting when it came to like being at home and stuff. But when it came to writing, Danny and I had a lot of time. We actually had a lot of time to kind of work it out and write. So when it came to the actual record and stuff, I feel like for me, it was a great spot because we kind of weren't in a rush. Really, we kind of had the time to really go through the songs and really figure out what needed to go there and what didn't. But I mean, obviously, coronavirus was stressful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I think we kind of lucked out on the record process when we got into it. I mean, that's how I feel, at least. I definitely was in a good headspace for it.
That's good.
Yeah, like we had the time to actually just be in the studio all day for like 5 days a week, and just really be like in the zone and not have all these like a million other things that we had to do. And it just made it a lot easier to get like really deeply involved into it. And it like gave us something to live for while the
Yeah.
For
pandemic
real.
was
Exactly.
happening. Like we were just,
So bored.
like, and we were bummed too, because we had some like tentative touring plans and other things going on, and we're just like, what do we do now? And at least we were able to create and write about some of that anxieties and
Yeah.
make a record, and then we had something to be excited for as like
Yeah.
pandemic went on.
And
Sure.
I'm glad that you guys were kind of able to like have that positive headspace and everything, because obviously most of the people we spoke to have written their albums in the pandemic as well, and they're like so goddamn miserable. Like obviously they have so much time, but it's like it's just so isolated and everything. So I'm glad that you guys had a different experience than a majority of people.
Yeah, I think we lucked out. And it definitely helps that our producer's in Phoenix, so we don't have to drive far to go record, or we're not stuck in a studio to get it finished in a week, which is usually how records go. You got a certain amount of time, you got to finish it in that time. Matt was actually really open, and we got it was good. So
Hell yeah. So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you guys personally recommend?
that's a good question. I mean, I would say jam it with some friends in your car. It's definitely like a social record, I would say. Nothing too crazy sad, so you're not going to really get into your feels too much. I'd say it's more of like a party, like feel good record, in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah, and definitely just like start to finish, I think.
And turn the last song up.
Turn the last one up for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Why not turn
As
them
you're
all
on
up?
as you're on your
Yeah.
way out to party,
Mhm.
make sure you turn up that last one.
Because it's a good closer. You'll see. It's a good finish to like quarantine and everything. It just kind of like puts an end to it. So once you've gotten to that song, it's just like turn that motherfucker up just a little bit more. Excuse my language.
No, you're
No,
all
you're
good.
good. You're good, man. Good. So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your heads, I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. 3 words each.
You go first, Danny.
Rock, party, fun.
There you go. Perfect.
I would say nostalgic,
Mhm.
love,
Mhm.
and party. Yeah, party.
Hell yeah.
You
All right.
nailed it, Danny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I would say try to relate with it as much as you can. I mean, there's a lot of open. It's kind of like an open book, as any song. But um, any feeling that they feel will make me happy. So I don't want to push them and feel in any way because I want you guys to just take that and take it yourself and do it. Because music, that's the beauty of it. It just makes you feel. Everybody feels it different. So I'd hate to just be like, yo, feel this way, even though they won't. I just don't want to put that in their head because I want them to just experience it.
I get that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like the underlying tone of the whole record is kind of like, yes, horrible things happen to all of us, but that doesn't mean you can't still have a good time.
I like that.
For sure.
Mhm.
So
That's good. I like that.
okay. So what is your favorite memory that you've made while creating this album?
Oh, just being in the studio with, me, Matt, and Danny. I mean, in any other record that I've ever done, there's always been a lot of people in the room, writing and stuff. But this record was really unique because it just was the three of us. So just getting that time, getting, not too many cooks in the kitchen. Everybody kind of has their own, own say. Everybody's words listened to, which is really nice. I'll never forget, just certain moments in the record where they change. Maybe Danny is on the keyboard and then all of a sudden he hits this note. For example, he hit this note in one of the songs, Danny, it just like changed the entire mood. Just certain things like that you just don't forget. And then you hear the song and you're like, man, this makes a song. But yeah, the three of us in that room is definitely something I'll never forget.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I kind of say the same thing. It's just like it was probably the most fun and most comfortable experience I've ever had writing. And it's just like you and your boys just having fun and goofing around. And like when we write a lot of songs, what we'll do when we're trying to write vocals is we sing some sort of gibberish just to get like a cool melody, and then we plug words into it. And so sometimes we'll find a really cool melody and then we're spending an hour trying to figure out what the right words are.
Yeah.
But like all I can think about are like stupid and dirty words. And then we just come up with these joke lines that get stuck in my head. And it's like, I don't know, it's just such a wonderful little thing that the three of us share, these little silly fake lyrics to our songs.
And you know what the worst part is? Sometimes the fake lyrics are better than the original lyrics. I can't unhear the joke part. I'm just like, what did we do? Yeah, it's crazy.
That's so awesome. So picture this: you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
I love candy, so I'm gonna go for any type of gummy snack. Probably like a Gatorade or something. I'm like a little kid, so
I respect it.
I'm jalapeno chips and iced tea.
There you go.
Okay.
He's a healthier boy.
No, I eat chips like a monster.
Yeah, me too.
I was gonna say,
going for the chips right after this interview finishes up. I don't know about
Crunch, dude.
he shared his game plan.
Dude, crunch is life.
Oh
yeah, straight up, man.
Sure. So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be?
Ooh, man.
Ooh.
Okay, well, it can't be anything that that we like. It's got to be a certain type of food, that just like maybe like lasagna, because there's different. We've been a band for so long. There's different layers to it.
baby.
Yeah.
And Danny didn't join until 2015, so there's a whole little layer without Danny.
Yeah.
And then we have the chunk that's Danny and up. So I'd
Yeah,
say
and
like a
there's like
lasagna.
there's beef behind. There's beefy guitars. There's
Beef,
smooth melted cheese melodies.
some crispy vocal lines.
Just yeah.
Okay.
You guys really sold this. I love it.
Yeah.
We're opening up an Italian restaurant.
I love
Actually.
it. Oh my god.
Planaba.
So for the last couple questions,
that's great.
So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
Nice, love it.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
I mean, probably my mom's lasagna.
Okay.
There you go.
Last meal, you get lasagna. There you go.
And how you washing it down?
Oh, and what am I washing it down with?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I mean, if it's my last meal, just a big old icy vanilla Coke.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
It's the way out.
Hmm.
I'd probably rip on some orange chicken
Ooh.
with some broccoli and some rice.
Mhm.
And then I'd wash that down with a nice ice cold, lots of ice, lots and lots of ice. Coca-Cola,
Just classic.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
and
Perfect.
and not out of the fountain. Well, actually, out of the fountain.
Out of the fountain.
I'll take
Okay.
it like that.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Fountain setting.
All right. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Middle Earth, Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings,
Hmm.
for sure.
Man, I've been watching a lot of Sonic lately, so I'm gonna run with on Sonic's Island, dude. Just run around ripping with it.
Hell yeah.
Or where's Danny? Where's Zelda?
Hyrule.
Where's that? What's that? Hyrule, baby. Yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit of Hyrule.
that would rip.
That is really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question.
Love it.
What's your favorite color?
Ooh, I had somebody ask me this today. Go ahead, Danny.
Favorite color?
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with green.
Ooh.
Nice.
Representing.
Yeah, hard. Love it. I'm gonna have to go with
I know.
royal blue.
Ooh, nice.
My son shorts.
Nice. All right. So as I said, that's all the questions you have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
We are doing a show in Washington, D.C. on August 5th with Sammy Adams. So we're selling tickets for that. Otherwise, just, follow us Ann Arbor on any socials, and we'll have more shows coming out. The full-length record, Love and Drugs, comes out September 2nd. So pre-save that. And Slade, anything else?
Oh man, follow us. Let us know what you think of the new stuff, and
Mhm.
we'll be seeing you guys soon.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for sounding. This guy's been Ann Arbor, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.